Hello, my name is Nikolaj Storgård Pedersen, and in this video I'm going to talk about template engines, and I will be focusing on Jade and EJS. First, I'm going to describe what a template engine is. Then I'm going to show some examples of what Jade and EJS is and how you use them. And finally, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons using template engines. What is a template engine? A template engine is some JavaScript who often is used when using server-side JS, like for example Node.js. A template engine is a shorthand for HTML, meaning that a template engine is something that helps us render HTML. There are many different types of template engines in JavaScript, and we will look at some of them at the next slide. As I said before, there are many different template engines, like for example Jade, EJS, Handlebars, Underscore, and ECT. In this presentation we'll be focusing on Jade and EJS, which also is two of the most used template engines. First, let's take a look at Jade. If you visit Jade's official website, you'll get this description of what Jade is. Jade is a terse language for writing HTML templates. This basically means that Jade is a language that produces HTML. Let's take a quick, simple example for better understanding what Jade is and what Jade does. Let's say that we want to show a headline saying "Welcome to Jade" and a paragraph saying "Jade is template engine," like in the first box. If we want to do this in classic HTML, we need to start by writing an opening tag h1, the text "Welcome to Jade," a closing tag h1, a new line, a opening tag p, the text "Jade is a template engine," and the closing tag p, as you can see in box 2. If we would do the same in Jade, you can look at box 3. Here we start by writing h1 and then the text "Welcome to Jade," a new line, a p, and the text "Jade is a template engine." As you might see, in Jade we do only need an opening tag and not a closing tag. That's because that Jade has a syntax that defines that when you create a new line, the previous line is finished and it automatically closes the opening tag. You may also notice that in Jade we do not use brackets. That's because that the Jade syntax defines that when a line starts with an h1, it's a heading one, and when it starts with a p, it's a paragraph. This means that you as a Jade programmer has to write lesser code and reduce typing, and when you reduce typing, you reduce mistakes, and when you reduce typing and reduce mistakes, you program faster. Let's take another example. Let's pretend that we have to create the output of the first box. A text, a yellow box, another text, and a button. In HTML, we would do that by creating a p tag, a div with the class, another p tag, and a button. In Jade, we would do that, as you see in box 3, by starting a p, making a div and giving it the class yellow box, making a p with the text, and a button with a class and the data action. It looks almost like in the HTML example, but the big difference is the characters. In the HTML section we used 174 characters without spaces, and in the Jade example we use 140 characters without spaces. Maybe that's not a big difference, but it actually is. It's about 55% lesser characters in the Jade version. Now think of that if you were about to create a very big site, wouldn't 25% of lesser typing then be a good idea? Now let's take a look at EJS. Like Jade, EJS is a template engine for creating HTML. Let's start by looking at what description the people behind AJS use. AJS combines data and a template to produce HTML. That means that in AJS we have a data layer that we can use in our HTML. Let's take a quick and simple example to see what that actually means. Let's use the same example like we did in Jade and say that we want to show a headline saying "Welcome to EJS" and a paragraph saying EJS is a template engine, like in box 1. Now that we have a data layer, let's use it. In the data layer we can define some elements that we want to store in our data layer. In our example, we could, for example, say that we want a name, EJS, and the category is a template engine. When we have that data layer, let's use it in our HTML. First, we create an opening tag, h1 opening tag, where we write welcome to, and then we make a reference to our data layer saying name, and then we close the h1 tag. In the next line, we open a p tag and then make a reference to the data layer name and another reference, and this time we reference to the data category, and then we close the p. This is not the best example because it's a very simple example, but I hope that you get the idea of how you can reuse data from your data layer, and that you can see that you do not have to type EJS 2 times in our example. We just have to reference to it 2 times. I'll show a more complex example in the next slide. This example shows that EJS helps you write code that's easy to maintain. Let's, for example, say that I wanted to change EJS to HTML in my text. Then I simply just have to change EJS in the data layer and my HTML would be generated correctly with the text HTML because of the reference. Another advantage is that I can make matching code. Let's say, for example, that I code the whole in HTML and in the headline I write EJS with uppercase, and in the paragraph I write EJS with lowercase. That would not match, so if I use EJS, I could write matching code. It also helps me reduce mistakes, spelling and typing mistakes, because I only have to write the word that I want to reuse one place. Let's look at the more complex example that I promised you before. Let's say that we want to create a text and a list like in box 1. In classic HTML, we would do that by creating a p tag, starting an UL tag, an unordered list, and then creating list items for every item on the list, and then closing them, and finally closing the unordered list. If we would do that in EJS, we would start by creating an array in our data layer, and then we would create some HTML, but instead of the list item, we would create a for where we would list every item of the array. Maybe when we look at it this way, the EJS example looks more complex than the HTML example, but let's pretend that instead of 4 items in the list, there were 100, let's say maybe thousands of items. Then the EJS version would be better. Finally, let's look at some of the pros and some of the cons of using a template engine like EJS. First, let's look at the pros. When you use a template engine, you reduce typing, and because of the reduced typing, you also reduce your mistakes. Fewer typing means fewer possibilities of errors. Another pro is that it is easier to maintain. If you use ETS, you have a data layer, and if you use Jade, you have fewer characters to type. A last advantage when using a template engine is that it is faster, when you get used to it, and that leads us to the disadvantages. If you're not familiar with template engines, you have to learn the syntax and you have to learn how to use it. And we all know that learning new things can be tough and can take a lot of time. Another disadvantage is that you have to do some setup and configuration before you can use template engines. Template engines like Jade and ETS are not as widely used as classic HTML, and therefore you need to set up your computer or server or wherever you want to run Jade or ETS or any other template engine. That was my little video about template engine focusing on Jade and ETS. Thanks for watching.